Happy Pride Month 2020, Penn State. As we kick off our traditional month-long celebration of Pride, we also face the ultimate reality that this year we aren't physically together. While distance may separate us, our pride in each of you, our community, and Penn State will not be diminished. Through a variety of events and opportunities offered by our staff and various student organizations, we hope we can still support each of you and your respective communities in finding moments of pride and a recognition of the resilience that has long been embedded within our community's history. We know that documented activism around sexual and gender diversity at Penn State dates back to the late 1960s, and I'm sure even earlier. Thinking about our larger community's history, the original Pride was a riot incited outside the Stonewall Inn in Greenwich Village in New York City in 1969. Some historians consider the Stonewall riot the spark to the modern LGBTQ rights movement. Others uphold Stonewall as a symbol of resistance to the social and political discrimination faced by the LGBTQ community. Since its origin in the late 1960s, Pride has referenced a coalition of grassroots organizers, community members, activists, performers, sex workers, and gender and sexual diversity activists who have come together to celebrate and to recognize the LGBTQ+ communities. Marsha P. Johnson was an architect to some of the most earliest iterations of Pride, and because of her resilience in the face of bigotry and discrimination, Pride lives to this day. While Pride proclaims itself to be many things for many different people, including the harbinger of inclusion and civil rights in this country, Pride continues to provoke contradictions within those who have historically remained on the margins. Johnson, a revolutionary Black trans woman, sex worker, and drag queen, was often overlooked and cast out of mainstream LGBTQ organizing because of her gender identity, race, HIV status, and occupation. So much of what Marsha had to deal with remains a reality for many of us to this day. Marsha's history has helped make plain the connections between the historical erasure of trans women of color from the LGBTQ movement and contemporary forms of anti-Black, transphobic violence happening today. Pride is a time to appreciate how far we have come as a community, out of a place of abject cruelty and adversity to where we are right now in this moment. Clearly, there is still much to accomplish in the fight for equality and anti-discrimination. A quote, "No pride for some of us without liberation for all of us," eloquently encapsulates the persistence of Johnson's activism. Her life's work teaches us it is meaningless to take pride in shallow wins that improve the lives of some, while so many others continue to suffer in silence. Within this month, we recognize Pride across Penn State, together with each of our campuses and each of you in your respective communities. We also must recognize the challenges that we still face and the work that has yet to be done. Pride is a rebirth of political energy. So, from wherever you might be physically located this year, know that we stand with you, we see you, and we are Penn State. Happy Pride 2020, Penn State, and know that we stand with you throughout this month and always.